Hello and welcome to Galaxy Primetime News. My name is Nenwarangi Mazaka. I'll begin with the headlines. A magistrate court of the Oyo State Magistrate Court orders the remand of the ex-wife of the Oni of Ife, the owner of Agidigbo FM, as well as the principal of the Islamic High School Bashor in Ibadan at the Agodi Correctional Facility. Tinubu felicitates with Christians across Nigeria, as well as he calls for unity and hope in the nation. On the foreign scene, protest breaks out in Syria over the burning of a Christmas tree, prompting calls for the new Islamist authorities to protect minorities. Details of these and more will come to you shortly. Just stay with us. And now the news in full. A chief magistrate at the Oyo State Magistrate Court, Olabisi Ogunkomi, has ordered that ex-wife of the Oni of Ife, Prophetess Naomi Shilekunola, the owner of Agidigbo FM, Oroyemi Hamzat, as well as the principal of the Islamic High School Bashor in Ibadan, Abdullahi Fasasi, be remanded at the Agodi Correctional Facility pending an advice from the Director of Public Prosecution at the State Ministry of Justice. The Chief Magistrate made the ruling when the trio were arraigned in court for their roles in last Wednesday's stampede, which resulted in the unfortunate death of 35 minors, while several others sustained varying degrees of injuries. The presiding judge at the magistrate level explained that the suspect was standing trial on a 4-count charge bordering on conspiracy, acceleration of death, negligent acts to cause bodily harm, and commit to provide inadequate security and provision of necessary medical facilities in case of an emergency.
It's been properly arranged. So what is happening here can be likened to what in the olden days was called holding charge. With a view to bringing them here to keep them within a distance where they can be called upon at any time to come and answer to a charge at the proper court, which is the High Court. That is, but nowadays the law tends to look at the effect of punishing someone, confining someone to detention, and later on it turned out that he or she has no case to answer. Who will compensate such a person? I drew the attention of the court to a particular matter where a person was confined to detention for 14 solid years, and at the end of the day it turned out that he has no case to answer.
President Bola Tinubu has extended his heartfelt greetings to Christians across Nigeria and worldwide as they celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, as narrated in the Holy Scriptures. Christmas embodies the fulfillment of divine prophecy and symbolizes the triumph of love, peace, and unity. According to the President, it is a poignant reminder that light can emerge even in the darkest times, bringing solace and hope. In a statement he personally signed, the President alluded to the recent tragic event in Ibadan, Okija and Abuja, where some citizens lost their lives, saying the incident deeply saddened government and that their thoughts are with those who continue to suffer from this heartbreaking incident. The government prayed that such misfortunes do not revisit Nigerian families and communities and that the lives of innocent are never again cut short. The Commissioner of Police for the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, CP Olatunji Disu, has announced the deployment of over 3,180 officers across the territory to ensure the safety and security of residents during the 2024 Christmas celebration. This initiative aims to enhance visibility at places of worship, event centers and public spaces while addressing potential security concerns in identified black spot, uncompleted buildings and shanties. The command, in a statement made available to our correspondent, said the key strategies include the deployment of police, rapid response squads and tactical teams, conducting stopping search operations and implementing both vehicular and foot patrols. It added that the FCT police will also collaborate with sister security agencies to strengthen public safety throughout the festive season. Additionally, police explosive ordnance disposal teams will conduct security sweeps of essential government and public infrastructures. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has announced that throughout 2024, the Nigeria Police Force arrested a total of 30,313 suspects involved in serious crimes such as kidnapping, cultism, murder, rape, armed robbery and unlawful possession of firearms. Speaking during a meeting with police strategic managers in Abuja, the IGP highlighted the force's achievement, which included the recovery of 1,984 firearms, 23,250 rounds of ammunition, 1,438 stolen vehicles, and the successful rescue of 1,481 kidnapped victims.
During the year 2024, the total number of arrests in the year is 30,313. We arrested 30,313 suspects. For a range of serious offenses, including kidnapping, cultism, murder, rape, armed robbery, and unlawful possession of firearms.
Correspondent Kunle Ojo reports that looking ahead to 2025, the IGP emphasized that the evolving security challenges require innovation and adaptability. The force, he said, will focus on strengthening cybersecurity, counter-terrorism efforts, enhancing community policing, and further professionalizing its operations. The IGP also reaffirmed the commitment to officers' welfare, ensuring they have the necessary tools, resources and support to perform effectively.
As we move forward into 2025, we cannot afford to rest on our laurels. The evolving security landscape demands innovation and adaptability. We will prioritize strengthening cybersecurity, countering terrorism, enhancing community policing, and professionalizing the force. Our officers' welfare will remain at the forefront, ensuring that they have the tools, resources, and support needed to excel.
You're still on to Galaxy Primetime News, and coming up next. A train collided a car in the Ifagba area of Lagos State. Details of these and more will come to you shortly. To stay with us. We're glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect to us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, Galaxy TV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments, as you can easily scan our IG QR code. The Federal Road Safety Corps Lagos State Sector Command has deployed 2,000 with Galaxy News correspondent Levi Joseph, the State Sector Commander, Corps Commander Kehinde Hamzat said the command is worried about recklessness of drivers during festive period and therefore the need for an increase in road safety officers on the road to ensure strict compliance with rules and regulations of road usage.
Personnel in terms of regular special marshals that have been deployed the nooks and crannies, especially in the main corridor of the one that falls within Lagos axis. So there are other people at other centers, but in Lagos and in suburb we have over 2,000 personnel.
Speaking further, the Lagos State Sector Commander said the command will be strictly decisive and will not hold back in any way in dealing with any driver who drives recklessly on the road during this period and beyond.
Implore road users to be safety conscious and remember that their family needs them. Whatever thing they do, they should remember that it's better to be late than be delayed, because this time is characterized by commercial vehicles going on excessive speed in order to make more profit. However, that is not the target. The target is to live, to stay alive, so that your responsibility will not be shifted to other people. Those children that will become something in life should not turn to a problem or menace.
The Nigeria Customs Service has announced the dissolution of Joint Border Patrol Team, and this was effected after due consultation with the Office of the National Security Advisor. The Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, also approved a reduction of customs checkpoints across the country to streamline operations and ease the movement of goods and persons. This move is part of efforts to strengthen border management and for the Nigeria Customs Service to reinvigorate its 2025 enforcement strategy. This strategy is aimed at removing bottlenecks associated with trade, strengthening border security, combating smuggling and facilitating legitimate trade. With these developments, customs operations will rely more on actionable intelligence and strategic risk management frameworks to enhance efficiency and effectiveness. A train collided with a rice-laden Sienna car in the Iju-Fagba area of Lagos State on Tuesday, December 24th. This event has sparked widespread reactions after a video of the incident surfaced on X. Eyewitnesses reported that the car was attempting to cross the railway despite the approaching train. The vehicle, loaded with several bags of rice, was struck by the train, which sent debris flying in all directions. As of the time of this report, no casualties have been confirmed, and emergency responders were yet to issue an official statement on the extent of damages. The viral video was triggered amid Governor Basani has advised well-meaning residents of Kaduna State to checkmate the antics of ethnic and religious bigots by living in peace, love and unity for overall progress and development. The governor, who noted that there can be no development without peace and harmony, expressed happiness that everyone now lives freely without intimidation because of their tribal or religious affiliations in Kaduna State. He lamented that Kaduna State witnessed a lot of setback as a result of ethnic and religious bigots who divided the state along ethno-religious lines because of their selfish intentions. He expressed happiness that both Jamaatul Nasirul Islam and CAN have been working together as one family to maintain peace in Kaduna State, which he described as an important achievement. Speaking to journalists after the event, the CAN chairman, Kaduna State Chapter, Reverend Ma'aji, noted that the celebration brought people of different faiths, including Muslims, to commemorate the birth of Christ, who brought salvation and purpose to humanity.
Government will be anchored on the principles of fairness, justice, and equity. Made it clear to everyone that we are going to treat everyone equally, irrespective of religious, tribal, or political affiliation. That is why we are here today. Peace. And I'm happy, and I want to thank you. Since I was elected, we have not experienced one single problem of either communal, religious, or travel. That is why I made it clear to all of you when we came into power that I'm governor for everyone. Everyone that lives in Kaduna, whether you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, for me is something that we should always celebrate.
The coming of the Savior of mankind, who came to save man from doom, from hopelessness, to restore a broken relationship that was brought about by the that identifies with his people, despite the differences in faith, the differences in belief and location.
The high transportation cost amid economic hardship has led to most Nigerians remaining in the comfort zone despite the free trade transportation by the federal government. These were the words of some rights activists and legal practitioners who spoke with our correspondent in Warri. According to a rights activist, only the few privileged will be traveling this festive season, while the larger percentage who are facing challenges will have no choice than to stay back.
But the economic hardship is quite intense for Nigerians. More than 99% of Nigerians are facing this economic hardship, to say the least. Maybe less than 1% of them in government may be the one not facing this current hardship. They can afford to travel, in government, under government aspects, but unlike the 99% Nigerians, they find it difficult to make a living for themselves.
I heard that the president said they should enter free trade. Why not free plane? No, it's really something all about.
Member representing Eastern Southeast constituency in the Edo State House of Assembly on Tuesday defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. Ujizele, who is a former member of the People's Democratic Party PDP, officially joined the APC as the party state secretariat in Benin City, the Edo State capital. According to him, he was once a member of the APC when he defected alongside former Governor Gordon Obaseki before retracing his steps. Receiving the lawmaker, the state chairman of the APC in the Edo State, Jarrett Tenebe, said their doors are wide open to receive defectors from the opposition party.
In 2019, I was first elected into the Edo State House of Assembly. Of course, APC.
The Minister of Water Resources, Joseph Usev, has described the call for the removal of Senator George Akume, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, as uncalled for and unnecessary distraction, urging Benue citizens to work for the unity, progress of the state and Nigeria as a whole, stressing that Benue stands to benefit more from the laudable policies of President Bola Tinubu. The Executive Director of Finance Federal Housing Authority, who called on elders and leaders of the party to foster a common and united front, stating that the division in the party is as a result of the APC-led caretaker committee foisted on them, which is illegal, calling on the right thing to be done. Party leaders of the party across the 3 senatorial zones, including chairman of the party, Austin Agada, led administration in a communique, anonymously endorsed their support for the president and the SGF ahead of 2027 election. The stakeholders meeting held in Makurdi was well attended by other notable personalities, some of them members of the National and State Assemblies, APC party leaders and faithfuls.
President Bola Tinubu has done so much for the people of Benue State. The president has worked for Nigeria. Mr. President has a lot of good intention, good programs for Nigerians, and Benue State is not left out. A lot of palliatives has been coming. In my ministry, in the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, we are distributing irrigation pumps.
Austin Agada is an elected chairman of APC in Benue State. The Benue people voted Austin Agada at Congress in this state.
External influence will face sanctions.
Egbetoku reminded the officers that they are entrusted with the critical responsibility of ensuring the safety and security of Nigerians and urged them to serve as an exemplary leaders. He called for a firm stance against misconduct while advocating fairness and integrity as guiding principles in their duties. During the ceremony, the Inspector General of Police officially decorated 10 Assistant Inspector General of Police and 17 Commissioners of Police.
I'd like to start by congratulating the newly decorated officers. This is a big one for them. They have added responsibilities. It shows this promotion they've earned shows their commitment to our collective prosperity and our national security.
Meanwhile, the Delta State Police Command has paraded 5 suspects, including the chief priest of the Delta community of Otokuto, over the killing and beheading of a 31-year-old man. The suspects were paraded at the command's headquarters in Asaba, the state capital, after days of intelligence gathering led by the DPO Ekpan Police Division, Aliu Shaba. Our correspondent Dili Fasan was there and now reports.
Parading the suspects and some community chiefs who were also interrogated alongside the head of the deceased, which was kept in a containers exhibit. The Delta Police Commissioner Olufemi Abaniwanda, who addressed the media, described the killing of the 31-year-old Paulinus as an unfortunate incident.
And this has to do with the unfortunate killing of one Paulinus. Paulinus had contacted the so-called best friend, one Efe, Onetiyi, that he saw a house of about 30 million. And Paulinus sent money 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, 3 times, completing the payment for the house.
The community chief priest and the best friend of the deceased, identified as Ife, confessed to the crime, and the deceased elder brother also spoke on the killing before police commissioner stressed on the arrest.
No killer!
Why you bury the head?
No!
Why you bury the head?
Now force me bury the head.
How much I give you?
How much
to kill her?
You not give me money, give me for my ass.
Now you bury the head.
Yeah.
No. How much I give you?
35,000 I give.
It is because of that upstairs. That I don't know how to explain for it because it was greed. Out of greed, yes.
Yes, I know Efe. Efe is my brother agent and his best friend. The incident started on September 8th. Yes, so since September 8th, we are looking for our brother, and Efe also joined us to search for our brother. But we don't know that this MFA is the one that killed my brother.
But fortunately for us, my DPO Ekpan CSP Aliu Shaba arrested one of the suspects, and we decided, since he's at the locus uncle, all other suspects be handed over to him. And I'm glad to say that within a period of 3 days, under 1 week, all those who had
would resume burglary activities within 2 weeks of his release.
One suspect, Tope, attempted murder/illegal possession of firearms. We have Ajana, threatening with arm to rape. We equally have Moses, Sunday, and Joshua, threat to life and stealing of household equipment. We had infringements, incidents of kidnapping at the border of Ondo-Edo, Ondo-Kogi. And our men, as we talk, are working tirelessly.
The Acting Controller General of Nigeria Correctional Service, Sylvester Ndidi Nwakuche, has charged officers of the service on the importance of innovation, transparency and teamwork. Addressing heads of directorate at the service headquarters, Abuja, Nwakuche said the service could only witness a pivotal moment through teamwork. Correspondent Kumuju reports that the Acting CGC emphasized the importance of teamwork transparency and innovation in tackling the multifaceted challenges faced by the service. He pledged to build on existing reforms while introducing fresh strategies aimed at improving inmate rehabilitation, addressing overcrowding and enhancing the welfare of correctional officers. The acting CGC said that the goal is to transform the service into a model of excellence that prioritizes security, reformation and reintegration of offenders.
Respond to him positively. Their director, that is the head of that unit, instructed the officers, that is one Super Raleat, who is the IPO, and the assistant director and a few other officers to beat up the lawyer and put the lawyer as well as his client in the same room. So Mr. Ernest Opaga was beaten up and was dragged into the same room with his client, who was beaten and who had fainted but regained consciousness.
Nigerian youth have been urged to take full advantage of various initiatives of the federal government led by President Bola Tinubu. The appeal was made by the personal assistant to President on Special Duties Kamaruddin Yusuf and Minister of Youth Development Ayodele Olawande. Stakeholders at the first Youth Summit and Empowerment Program of City Boy Movement Ogun State Chapter in Abeokuta with the theme Renewed Hope Agenda, a concrete foundation for a prosperous Nigeria. They also appealed to the youth to be patient with various policies of the federal government, saying the apex government is government of the young people.
It's the responsibility of the government to create an opportunity for the youth. It's not the responsibility, it's the duty of every youth to leave the body by itself. You don't have to wait until the government comes to lift it. They cannot ever come to lift the burden on you. But the opportunity will be created, such as what we did today. Empowerment given to some. Do you understand? But we will
and boost the local economy from medium, small scale and nano businesses. Our people with tech innovation, we want to empower them for their chosen career to meet up the demand, because we all know that the policy that Nigeria is experiencing now comes with a lot of hardship, but the hardship is temporary.
You're still on to Gati Primetime News. We'll quickly take a break and when we return, the news continues. To stay with us. We're glad to have you back. Bayelsa State Governor Duri has signed a budget of 699 billion naira into law for 2025 titled Budget of Assured Prosperity, which reflects an increase of 1.5% from the 689 billion naira appropriation bill presented to the Bayelsa State House of Assembly on October 31st, 2024. After signing the 2025 budget at the conference room in Government House Yenagwa, Governor Duri stated that the budget reaffirmed his administration's commitment to transparency and accountability to the people of the state. On his part, the Speaker of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, Honorable Ibrahim Ngogbere, said the House made appropriate review with the budget office in line with the present economic challenges.
our focus on
The Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee, LPDC, has rejected a request by Chief Afe Babalola Sands law firm Emmanuel Chambers to revoke the law practicing license of controversial lawyer and author Tomilola Titus Farotimi, also known as Dele Farotimi, over allegations of criminal defamation and professional misconduct. Farotimi was brought before the LPDC based on a petition authored by Ola Faro, a lawyer in Emmanuel Chambers. The The petition alleged that Faratimi, in his book Nigeria and Criminal Justice System, made defamatory statements against the Supreme Court and the legal profession. The petition accused Faratimi of distorting case facts, disrespecting fellow lawyers, and engaging in actions that obstructed justice for personal gain. Specific grievances included references to a Supreme Court judgment that affected multiple residential estates and subsequent legal proceedings undermining the apex court's decision. However, in its report, the LPDC determined that the alleged offences occurred in Faratimi's capacity as an author, not during his practice as a legal professional. The Association of United Farmers Benue Valley and the TIV Youth Organization Worldwide have jointly decried the ongoing violence and mass killings of TIV indigents in Nasarawa, Taraba, Benue and neighboring states. Briefing newsmen at the Council Secretariat of the Nigerian Union of Journalists in Makurdi, the groups demanded justice for victims, the release of missing corpses and an end to security vote, which they allege perpetuates insecurity, while calling for justice and accountability. The President's Association of United Farmers Association, Kadarko, Chief Dennis Utsa, alongside Secretary for Luman Mbagbe, they detailed allegations of mass killings, forced displacement, and destruction of property orchestrated by named individuals, including tradition.
The TIV Youth Organization were the younger ones. If the elderly ones, they are not ready to live up to their expectation. We feel that the future is ours, but all together, we are fighting for our future.
Now we'll move over to the foreign desk for more news.
This is news from the international scene. Protests have broken out in Syria over the burning of a Christmas tree, prompting calls for the new Islamist authorities to protect minorities. A video posted on social media showed masked gunmen setting fire to the tree on display in the main square of the Sukalabia, a Christian-majority town in central Syria. Ayat Tahrir al-Sham, the main Islamist faction which led the uprising that toppled President Bashar al-Assad, said foreign fighters have been detained over the incident. HTS representatives have promised to protect the rights and freedom of religious and ethnic minorities in Syria. Thousands of demonstrators took to the street across the country through Damascus and Sukalabia in Amar province. On Tuesday, more protesters took to the street over the arson attack. Some in the Gaza neighborhood of the Mediterranean between Spain and Algeria after an explosion in the engine room, Russian Foreign Ministry has confirmed. It said 14 members of the crew were rescued and taken to the Spanish port of Cartagena, while 2 others were missing. Also, Major left port in St. Petersburg 12 days ago, according to a Russian news agency. The ship sonar said it was on its way to Vladivostok in Russia's fires, carrying 2 cranes for the port weighing 380 tons apiece, although the destination could not be confirmed independently. Before Ursa Major sank, Spanish Salvamento Maritimo Maritime Rescue Agency said 14 people were found on a lifeboat and taken safely to Spain, and a Russian warship then arrived in the area to take charge of the rescue operation. Ursa Major was in the same area of the Med as another sanctioned Russian ships. Still on the international scene, French Prime Minister François Bayrou believes dozens of people died when Cyclone Chido hit the French Indian Ocean territory of Mayotte on 14 December. Rather than sometimes terrifying numbers put forward won't be borne out in reality. The confirmed death toll on Mayotte so far is 35, but in the immediate aftermath of the cyclone, look perfect Francois Xavier Bieuville feared that it would definitely be several hundreds and could reach thousands. The Perfect told French Info Radio on Tuesday that investigation into the feud were progressing well, that allow us to think that we will corroborate this figure of 35. Defending his initial remark, Bieuville insisted, "I have never been alarmist. I was simply unable to give the number of victims." Officials said it had been difficult to determine the scale of fatalities in the wake of the disaster 10 days ago due to many areas of Mayotte being inaccessible.